Hello everyone, and welcome back to my crafting world. My name is Anna. So quite some time ago I had ordered this die set. It's the two really large dies, and then it comes with a couple of pockets. It's got the word Diva in there. It's got the little holes that go on the top, and I did not use these. I only used these two. So we're going to be making a mini album, and I did use both of them. I used these for my pages, and then I used this one for my pages, and then I used this one for the mats. And I'm going to leave them out. Well, I'm going to leave the smaller one out because I have to show you what I did with that one. So I have already cut out everything that needs to be cut. I tried to be prepared. So the album is going to be, the two chipboard pieces that you need are 7.5 by 5 3/4, and these are going to go this way, guys. And then this one is 5 3/4 by 2 1/8, and that one is going to go this way. Okay, and I have the paper. I'm going to wrap it in this color cardstock, and it's 65-pound cardstock, and as you can see, it's ready to get taped together. And for the spine piece, we need this is 12 by 5, and on this one I'll have to show you how I scored it so that you will fully understand. And this one is the inside piece that goes right here to cover the front and back cover on the inside, so that one goes right there. Okay, and this one is 7 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I have already cut all my layering pieces. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cover the chipboard, and as you can see, I've already put tape on everything. That way I can make one video and we'll be okay with the one video. And I'm going to try to stay in frame, guys. You know, I'm really bad about that. So there's that. And then I'm going to put my chipboard pieces on there. I'm going to start with my spine because I want that connecting piece, or that connecting sides on the edge of my spine. Oh, okay, here's my pokey. Let me see if I can go a little bit quicker with this, guys. I always try to go as quick as I can so that I don't, that one came off with the, so I don't keep you here as long as, you know, I try to make it kind of short because I don't want to lose your attention. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on here. Let me move some of these tools that we're going to be using. Okay, put a little bit of glue on here because, you know, I like to put glue on there. And then I'm going to put this right in the center. See where that seam is at? Right here. And then I am going to do this one. My trash can is right next to me, so if you see my hand, take a different direction. It's because I'm putting stuff in the trash. So I'm going to grab put these in the trash as well, and put some glue around this one. You know, I don't know if it's absolutely necessary to put glue on these, but I like to do it. Okay. So let me, these go this way. Let me leave a little space for my, let's say it's about 1/8 of an inch. There's that one. Let's do the next one. I was gonna go live with this, guys, because it just takes forever for videos to load. If you've ever loaded a video, you know it takes a while. That's why I try to make them quick. You know, a 10-15 minute video, even a 20-minute video isn't too bad, but when they get long, oh my goodness. All right. Okay. There we go. I'm going to turn and burnish that a little bit. So I want to make sure that it's sticking very well. Now, I am going to cut these corners with this. You guys know I'm super bad at that. So I am going to look for my... Okay, this is my corner right here. There's the corner I'm going to choose, and I'm going to just take a pencil and mark it real quick. Guys, you know I'm real bad about this. So, I'm going to mark those, and this is probably a little bit longer than I need. The ends, I think this is. So I'll probably cut that down just a little bit, just to reduce some of that bulk. There you go, very straight there. There it goes. And then I'm going to try to, here. I like to score it first, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to go a little bit quicker than I normally do. I don't want my paper to tear. Just gonna go all the way across. That wasn't very straight. All right, guys. So we were told to shelter in place, guys, so I can't go anywhere unless it's to the grocery store or something like that. I don't know how you guys are doing. I hope y'all are all right, taking the precautions necessary to stay safe. All right, let me fold those corners in a little bit. Looks good. Okay. I'm gonna do the other side. Fold those corners in. All right, guys, that looks good. There we go. All right, that is the outside of our mini album. Okay, set that aside. Let me get my scoreboard so I can show you how I have scored the spine piece. Okay. So this one's the 12 by 5. Okay. So 12 on your 12-inch side. So I always start at the 1 inch. So we do 1 inch. And this gusset is only going to be 1/4 inch because it's not going to, the pages are not going to have a lot of embellishing. So 1 inch, 1 1/4, okay, 1 3/4, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 3 3/4, 4 1/4, 4 3/4, 5, 5 1/2, 6, 6 1/4, 6 3/4, 7 1/4, 7 1/2, 8, 8 1/2, 8 3/4, 9 1/4, 9 3/4, 10, 10 1/2, 11, and 11 1/4. Those are our score marks. We are going to have 8 pages, okay? So you know, after we make our score marks, the 2 wider scores, let me do it this way. The 2 wider scores, those are going to be our actual hinges. And these right here are the gussets, the 1/4 inch. So you know, you pinch your 2 hinges together. This one needs to be folded. You pinch those 2, sorry about that. Okay, and then that becomes your first page or your first hinge. And then you go all the way to the rest of it. You fold all your hinges together. So let me do that. Guys, so I have folded all my hinges, and this is going to be a split hinge mini album. So I am going to split these hinges. So on the back, instead of putting your tape near this score line at the bottom, put it near the top. Okay, so that's on. So you're gonna have 2 pieces of tape. So this is how it goes. Your hinge is gonna go this way, okay? But your tape, instead of starting down here as customary, you put it near the top, but don't go over your score line because we're gonna cut right there, okay? So now I need to tape all of this together to make sure that it is still, we still need to tape it together. Okay, so I'm going to fold it all together this way. Make sure that I didn't do that incorrectly. Here we go. what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a clamp. I'm going to clamp a couple of spots so that it stays where I need it to stay. Okay, needs to stay that way. Let me get one. Needs to stay that way so I can tape it together. Okay, so at this point you can grab your tape. I'm going to use the 2-inch because it's easier for me. So do the 2-inch tape, and I am going to put it this way. Make sure that it's all down, and put my tape right down across the back. Okay. Take these off, they have served their purpose. And I'm going to get 3/4 inch tape, tape the back. Alright, there we go, guys. There is that. Finish that down and tape that down to my mini album. Okay, so here we go, guys. Our hinges are still in place, okay, with a 1/4 inch gusset on each one. So I am going to grab my book again, and this is going to go down right here. Okay, being careful to be even from the top and the bottom. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to grab my glue. I'm going to put glue on here. All right, guys, hopefully I'll get this centered from where I can see. And there we go. Our hinges are in place. There we go. All right, there we go, guys. Oh, I like that. And I like it because it has a lot of pages in there. Sometimes I just want to get photos into a book without, you know, just without having all the extras. Don't get me wrong, I love those, but occasionally I have events where I just want to get them into a book. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to turn my hot glue gun on because I'm not sure when I'm going to need that just yet. And I am going to go ahead and split the hinges with you guys. So here goes the first hinge. And I know you can't see very well. I need to be able to see from this angle So I know I'm cutting off that line, that fold line. Here's the first one.
Can you see it, guys? It's so hard to see, but I am just cutting off that fold line. And if it's not straight, don't worry about it. We're going to cover it up with our mat. The only time you really have to be really careful, I mean, you could use your cutter for this before you actually put the hinge on, but oh, that's tricky. So you have to be really careful if you're not going to mat your pages. Then you have to be careful.
Alright guys, there are my hinges that are split. Let me get all this out of here. Alright guys. There are my hinges. There's my tape. And when I put my pages on, I'll put glue in here as well. But I'm going to push all of this down. Make sure we get a good adhesion. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put these down right here. I don't know what that little spot is, but I don't know what that little spot is. Alright guys, there we go. Ready to go for our pages. Now, I have already cut my pages out of that larger die. And they are right here. Now I don't have cardstock, 110-pound cardstock of this color. So I went ahead and inked the edges on each one. And then I took a stencil. And I know I have, here it is. I took this stencil and I put my page under it and just took my tool, my sponge, here we go. Took my sponge after I inked the edges and just dabbed down to give it a little more color around the edges that are gonna sit where the mats are at. So let me show you one of the mats. So this mat is going to go right here. Okay, so see how there would have been a lot of empty space. I thought, nope, got to do something about that. So that's what I did for each one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put each page in. Okay guys, this is my last hinge, or my last page. And that is how I get my pages as even as possible. Just measure it with the one next to it. And you've got it as even as you can get it. All right, guys, that is my 8 pages. All right. Good so far? Yep. Okay, now I'm going to put my mats on there. And I already have my mats cut out, so I know where each one of them is going to go. I've already pre-selected a spot for everyone. So this one's going to be on my top one, and I'm going to keep going that way. So this one, what I did to some of the pages is I made a flap so that it would open. Oh, I think I have it backwards. So that it would open up, and some of them have mats on the inside and some of them don't. So this one I'm just going to glue straight down on the page. Now I tried to make this hinge long enough for the to get kind of covered, but it honestly doesn't matter. At this point it just doesn't matter. I'm just going to cover a very small portion, or not. And I'm going to put something down at the bottom so I can see, okay, exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I can always put washi or something on that one. But this is the way it's going to go down, and this one is a flap to where you can put 2 pictures on there versus 1. This one, let me make sure I have the right orientation, guys. This one, so let me glue this down. And I'll show you how I made that flap in just a little bit. If you hang on just a little bit, I will show you how I made the flap with the same die. Let's see if I can bring you. I'm gonna move these. Let's see what. This is my front. Yeah, I'm going to put washi on there. When you open it up, you have space for 2 pictures instead of 1. Okay guys, I've gone ahead and arranged all the pages the way they go. So this one's the one that opens this way. This is the very first one that we put down, and I think I may have put this one down backwards. But anyway, so it's too late now. So I am going to continue to glue these pages. This one is another one that is a, yep, it goes this way. This is another one that has a mat in the center. So let me, okay guys, I have gone ahead and glued all the pages down on each of my main pages. These are my little mats, and some of them have an extra flap. So the pages are all put together. There we go. What I am thinking though is some of the pages on this side, I mean, they're so close to it, so close together that you can't tell it opens. I can because I made it. But when someone sits down to look at an album, they won't know to open up the page. I'm thinking it needs a little tab right here on the pages, you know, that have flaps. So I think I'm going to do that. But let me show you how I did this. So let me set that aside for a second. Let me grab the paper. What I did for each one, after I cut out that first mat, I took whatever other sheet I was going to use for the flap, and I scored it at 1/2 inch, and then I folded that 1/2 inch down, and then I left it down, and I took my die and I put it right at the edge, right where this edge butts up against this one. Okay, right there. And then I taped it down so it wouldn't move, and then I put it through my machine. After I put it through my machine, you can see right here the stitch line and the cut line. It did not cut all the way, so it leaves this flap on there for you, and then you glue that one onto your existing mat. That's how I did that one. Very, very simple. So let me show you, let me tell you what the measurements on the inside are. The measurement for this inside piece is a 7 1/4 inches long by 5 1/2 inches tall. So 7 1/4 long, 5 1/2 inches tall. That's how I got these mats. Now for the connection here, I went and looked it through my washi, and I think I'm going to put washi at the end of each page this way to cover up that connecting line, you know, this little gap right there. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and cover all these pages. So to do that, I am going to put a bead of glue right here so that my washi doesn't come up. And then I'm going to take my washi, I'm gonna butt it up against the bottom of this mat. Okay, and I'm gonna cut it off, and I'm not gonna touch it again until it dries, until that glue dries. I'm going to do that to all my pages. Okay, glue bead all the way down, washi up against my page right there. So I'm standing up and I can't see very well. There we go. Up against my page, and then I'll cut that off, wait for it to dry, and then I'll trim the edges. So I'm going to do that. Okay guys, I have put washi along the bottom of each of my pages, and I think that looks cute. I love that color. But anyway, so you saw me put a bead of glue down, and then I went ahead and stuck the washi down, and I trimmed the edges after it was dry. I just didn't want to pull it up while it was, accidentally pull it up while it was still wet. So there we go. Now I do have stickers, and this is the Doodlebug. This is a Doodlebug paper pack, and it says this and that, cardstock and stickers, Happy Easter. So I think I'm going to put a few stickers right along here on some of them, but probably not all of them. I'll decide on that one in a little bit. And I'm not going to put a closure on here, guys. I'm just not going to put a closure on. It's not going to need it, even with the photos in there. It's not going to need a closure. So I am going to go ahead and glue the outside pages on there. And this is the same measurement as the inside, which is 7¼ by 5½. And this is my favorite page out of the whole paper pack, and that's where this is going to go. And then we will decorate it. There we go, 5½ by 7¼ . And this one, guys, was 5½ by 1 7/8. Oh, that looks pretty. Alright guys, I think we are going to decorate this. My hot glue gun is on. I have a whole bunch of stuff here for the front. Probably going to use those. I'm going to use that. Yes, let's do the front, guys. Let's see what I have here. I don't know if I need that. I don't know if I need that, but let me take it. There's another washi. All right, let me see what I'm gonna do here. All right, everyone, I have finished the album and I wanted to go ahead and share the final with you. So it takes me a while to decide what I'm going to put on the front, but this is the way my front turned out. Of course, I love this paper, this pattern, and I went ahead and put a seam binding bow right there, and here's a little banner at the bottom. Put a couple of bling pieces on there. I put the other half of that egg that I used on another project. I put it right there, and I put a little cluster of flowers, and I went ahead and used bling throughout. And these are the little drills from one of my daughter's diamond paintings. And you saw me put this on there. It's up on foam. Happy Easter. Put the little green dots in the center. And then this is an acrylic flower that I had on my desk. It's been on here forever, and I thought, oh, you know what, that looks good right there. This little birdie that I fussy cut. And then on the side, I just put a bow right there, sheer ribbon bow, and some little bling pieces. And then this is from the sticker pack that was included in the paper pack, or the sticker sheet, and I just put those. It's the like rickrack. And on the back I did nothing, but on the inside I went ahead and put a couple of the cut aparts on the front and back, and I just put more washi here on the sides just to tie in the washi that I used for the pages. And there's still room here for a picture. And then here's another seam binding bow. And the only reason I put it on here was because it's the first page that we see when we open up the book. And then I didn't put little tabs on here, but I made sure and put a sticker at the bottom so that you can tell there's something else to look at. So you turn it, excuse me, you flip over the little the page, and there will be room for more pictures. So that's 3 right there. And then I put this sticker right there. And then I put stickers throughout. I didn't do, like I said, I wasn't going to do a lot, but I tried to use as many of the stickers as I could. And this one has that tiny little arrow pointing there, and so we know that opens up. And then on the next page, this one just has the mat. This one has a little arrow, so we open that up as well. And then on the next page, these are just mats on the pages. So I just tried to use stickers here and there. I tried to put one on all the pages so that they all have some kind of sticker on there. And then here's that one, and then here's this one, and this page opens up. There we go. And then this page, and then the last one, which opens up as soon as you turn the page. I thought about putting a piece of Velcro on there, but I'm not going to. And then this page, we still again have room for a photograph right there. And like I said, I didn't feel like it needed a closure, and it doesn't. Anyway, guys, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end, and I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support that you show me. Guys, y'all have a great day. Love you all.